currently doing their Advanced Subsidiary or AS examinations. According to the university, the successful students will enjoy the benefits regardless of the courses that they apply for at UNAM next year. Now, to help us unpack this new initiative is UNAM's Marketing Officer, Simon Namesho. Good evening, Simon, and thank you so much for coming onto the show this evening.
Good evening. Thanks very much, and good evening to your viewers as well.
Now, talk to us about the recently introduced financial benefits for aspiring UNAM students for the year 2023.
All right, yeah, we looked a little bit around the landscape. There's some change in the landscape of where we get our entrance for first years, and we realized there's quite a change. And also we've been informed on the data that we have. And then we looked at what can we do that we can attract advanced subsidiary learners to become our first year students in 2023. There were a number of options that we looked at, and then we came up with 3 that were viable. We had a number of them that we had on the table. We weighed them out, and then these 3 came out to be quite prominent.
So this initiative especially targets AS learners. Why this specific focus?
Yeah, sure. Actually, that's quite a common question we're getting nowadays. Look, when you come to UNAM, you have 3 options to come to UNAM. You have the mature age, you have RPL, and then you have what you call your matriculant. Okay, the other streams are so far so good, no issue, no struggle looking at our information. However, there is a change in our matriculants. They became less since there's a change in the basic education framework and curricula as well as our admission requirements that have been tweaked as well. So looking at all those things, then we have realized that there might be affected that this group, which had been narrowed, actually became less, where we get that pool where we get our first years became less. And there's also competition out there. So what can we do to attract? And having looked around and then listened to the different stakeholders and the community, and then we realized that we need to target this group. And remember, the other groups are not affected. RPL, recognition for prior learning, as well as mature age entry. These streams of where we get our intake from are still fine. So there was no need to go for a blanket approach. So this is a targeted approach to our AS advanced students.
So will this package only be for the year 2023, or are you looking at going further, ongoing initiative?
Yeah, so far it's only for 2023. We're looking at the landscape. Of course, these dynamics always change when you look at the market, and then you have to assess how it's going on. By next year, this time around, we'll look how it looks like, what the data are giving us, and then we make an informed decision. But so far, this is just for 2023 years. Right.
So how can students apply, and perhaps up until which date is the application period?
Yeah. Thanks. The application for 2023 is only online. So anybody that wants to apply to UNAM for 2023 can do that online on our website, www.unam.edu.na. Our application period has been running since the 8th of August, 2022. And actually, it's actually ending tomorrow, the 4th of November. So if you haven't done so, this is still your last hours to do so. So tomorrow is our last day for our online applications.
Right. And finally, what is the overall hope that this initiative will bring about, especially in terms of attracting students to the university?
All right. The whole hope, look, UNAM has been and remains a choice for many of our Namibian students as well as international students. So that's one. And then 2 is we also have been very, very competitive in what we do. We have been recently ranked as well in the Times Higher Education World University Ranking. So we are up there in terms of competition. So with these packages, we aim to attract the best of the best out there so that they can see that we are not going to UNAM. UNAM is in the league of other leagues as well. So for us to play in that league, we also need to make sure that we attract the best. And that's the aim with this package.
Well, Simon Namesho, thank you so much for speaking to us this evening.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the best in your initiative.
Thank you very much for having me.
Of course, speaking to Simon Namesho, the UNAM Marketing Officer. And of course, today is the deadline for online applications. So if you haven't done so, please do so immediately.